steps are same. It's always going to be only one answer, witnessing. There is nothing else consciousness is looking to do. Consciousness looks to strike a balance. You have to strike a balance. And the only way to strike a balance is by busting all the stories. I am working and I have to complete this email is also a story. I want to go and have that ice cream is also a story. This. You have to bust all the stories and simply be. You'll recognize, oh, I'm naturally dispassionate. I'm naturally unaffected. Naturally. That seeing of this is my natural quality. This is what is called the product of self-investigation, self-inquiry. Ekta saying that I'm naturally dispassionate is different from me recognizing, oh, I'm naturally dispassionate. You see, there's a difference in the flavor. Clear? So that's why it's very important to recognize that my nature can be known only by my effort of self-investigation or self-inquiry. Once you go deeper and deeper, all these things will become clear that this movement that you recognized is not just in that one little thing. It's there moment to moment to moment to moment all day, even right now in this session. Do you recognize it? Right now it is there. Either the balance is this way tilted or it's this way. This is going on continuously. It is there in every arising. It is in every arising. And you're constantly seeking that homeostasis, the zero-ness. Only when you get to that zero, you feel at peace. Like you said, even the eye collapsed. Yeah, what happened? There was a balance between Rajas and Tamas. You suddenly got back home. That's what you need to recognize, that this happens in every little thing. Every few minutes, there is this movement and then the homeostasis if I stand at a distance. Clear? Recognizing it yourself is different. Listening to Ekta is different. Do not go with the belief. Take the tip from Ekta and start seeing. No, is she telling me the truth? Do I recognize this? Yeah, go deeper into it. Dive deeper into it. You'll have to give it more time. More time. Mind cannot go there. Yeah, I corrected this in some journals. Is there a mind? No, it's only for communication purposes. So in the journal, you do not write the way you speak. Speaking in all in the waking world, we use the word mind. We use the word I for the person. It's different at the speaking level. Yeah, journal is very clear. Once you've said, I am not the body and I'm not the mind, then you cannot say, oh, this thought arose in the mind. No. Thought itself is equal to mind. Yeah. Feeling itself is equal to mind. When the thought is there, there is no feeling. When the feeling is there, there is no thought. I weave thought and feeling together, create a story and call it the box mind and give it the label mind. Yeah. This recognition must be there. The body is the mind. You'll come to that. In the first 14 points, obviously, I'm not going to confuse you like that, right? As a beginner. But as you get higher into the journal, you will see the body is the mind. It's not different. Yeah. So that is why we only call it perception, sensation, thought, and feeling. We quit calling it separately the body and separately the mind. No, these words were okay at the waking world level. Now I've progressed to a higher level where I just recognize as one arising at a time. And what is that one arising? Either there's perception of sight, or there is perception of sound, or there's perception of taste, or of touch, or of smell, or there is a thought, or there is a feeling, or there is a sensation. So it's one at a time. So I quit calling it body now. I quit calling it the mind. You said feeling, there's constriction at the sensation level. So that's the sensation, just the sensation. And then at the feeling level, your mind makes up a story. Oh, I am not feeling happy today. It's a sad feeling. Yeah. So that feeling, if there is a feeling and not words describing the feeling, then only it's a feeling wave. If it's words describing the feeling, it's a thought.
Yes.
Yeah. So becoming very clear, when there is thought, the feeling is not really there. When the feeling is there, the thought is not there. Yeah. Becoming so clear. Oh, this was all story. I was knitting, embroidering, sewing stories, beautiful stories I have. Yeah. Discarding them is the prerequisite on the path of Gurukul. Yes, so as we've just begun, that's a good question. We should all start discarding all stories and become very clear. There's only one arising at a time.
Thank you.
You have to become alert. Ekta can only give me tips, but only I can figure out, did I suppress or was I truly the witness? Witnessing is like being zoned out. Yeah, I've even shared self-exploration on the intoxicated, unconscious being. Being the witness is literally being so zoned out as if you're intoxicated in that emptiness, aliveness, that zeroness. The intoxication of zeroness is so much that you don't care about what's going on. Do you see that? That is different from the Dvaitam way of I am suppressing myself and I will be a good girl and I will not say bad. That also you can do, but that's not the goal here. The goal is to be in that intoxicated, zoomed out zeroness. Yeah. That has a different flavor altogether.
Thank you.
See, once the transaction has started, the ball has started rolling down the hill. Now there is nothing you can do about it. Just become aware that, yeah, there was all transaction going on here. Just stop and stay at a distance now, knowing that the ball has started rolling. It's like you are the cameraman, the director, the producer, as well as the actor. Yeah. And you've written the story. So you wrote the story of starting this transaction without knowing. Now Ekta has called it a transaction. You didn't know. You just wrote a story that if I appreciate, I know the tendency of my own reflected spouse, child, or parent, I am going to get the appreciation back. Yeah, so with that whole strategy in mind, a story was written. Already the shooting was done. The video is already edited, compressed. It started playing. Then you realize it. Yeah, that is why I have just told you the step one. Step one is to start investigating the seeking, to understand how I seek. Everybody's flavor is different, huh? You have to recognize your flavor of seeking. It is a pure selfishness. Recognize that. And have the courage to call it selfishness.
Once we recognize, what do we do?
There's nothing to do. Can the witness do anything about it? No. Can the eyes do anything about what they see? They see good and they see bad. Can the eyes do anything about the good or the bad? Like that. That is the witnessing. Not doing, simply knowing. That is the meaning of witnessing.
And the future automatically, I will not do transactions.
Yeah. The projection will be different. The more you understand it. If you don't understand it, the projection will not change. It all depends on the intensity of your investigation. If you really thoroughly investigate in every relationship, in every situation, in every little thing, in your craving for ice cream, every little object, when you keep experimenting, keep seeing, automatically that stepping back happens from future projections. And projection means what? Nothing but I jumping in and claiming, I like this, I want this, this should be mine. Yeah. Oh, I am the doer of this. I am experiencing this. This grabbing tendency. In Sanskrit, it's called grinnati. This stops. A standing at a distance happens. That is the key. Yeah.
And then I notice the things that come up, the arisings come down quite a bit when you just stay and not go and go looking for stuff.
Yes. Whatever happens of its own accord. It is the flow. Yeah, everything is the flow. Right now, what is happening is also the flow. You have got nothing to do with it. It's not that just because you're witnessing the arisings reduce and when you're jumping in, there are more arisings. No. They will come per their time to sprout. Their seeds. Those seeds sprout at their time. Yeah. So they will continue to come, continue to arise. Don't do witnessing with this end goal that the arising should disappear or reduce. Yeah? That is a wrong expectation. Now we're going deeper into seeking. In seeking itself, realize what is happening. I'm not just seeking pleasure. I am seeking pain also. This is what I explained today. When you want appreciation from another person, that time you're seeking pleasure. But when in your mind you're going on talking negative about another person, it's painful. Do you recognize it? He or she doesn't even know that you are thinking about him or her. That person is in your mind and you're going on saying bad things. He did this, should have not done this, blah, 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 blah. You're actually torturing yourself. Do you recognize you're seeking pain? This is very important. Yeah. It's not just the pleasure. I am seeking pain too. I should understand the nature of seeking. Only I can go within and see.
The realization is there, but something is missing, and I'm working on that something.
That something is continuous self-investigation. Do not close the chapter by saying, I've realized this. The moment you say, oh, I've realized this, you're closing it for yourself. No, I have not realized it. If I had realized it, I would have been the master, it would have been the slave. Right now, I am the slave, which means I have not realized it. I've only glimpsed it. This honesty is required on the path. Humility is required on the path. No, I just have a glimpse of this. Glimpse is very different from mastering it. And how do I master it? Moment to moment, I recognize the seeking. Moment to moment. I have to just recognize. I don't have to do anything. I have to just see. The eyes cannot do anything. They only see. If there is a religious ceremony going on, the eyes are seeing. If there is some good conversation between two friends going on, the eyes are witnessing. If some murder is happening, gang war is happening, the eyes are seeing. The eyes only see. The eyes only know the perception of sight. Has this become clear? Investigation means constantly watching, constantly watching. The eyes do not indulge and try to stop the murder from happening. The eyes do not indulge and try to stop the gang war from happening. The eyes do not indulge and stop those two friends from talking to each other. Yeah? The eyes do not indulge and say, I am doing the religious ceremony. No. The eyes are observing all the scenes. Just observing. Has this opened up a little bit? What is witnessing? Yeah. The job is not to say, I realize it. Then you've closed the door on yourself. You're never going to progress. Say, I have glimpsed it once. I have to master simply being the witness to it. Simply be the witness. Don't say, I'm the witness, now it should go away. No, you will see the complete murder. You will see the boring religious ceremony all the way to the end. You will see that conversation between those two people become friendly, not so friendly, and end in probably a big feud. Whatever is. The eyes only see. That is the meaning of witnessing. Not trying to change what is witnessing. Only if you witness can you understand seeking. If you don't stand as a witness, investigation of seeking will not happen only. It will not start. So stay at a distance and just watch. Just watch. Watch what is. And recognize the seeking tendency, the seeking in relationships, the seeking for objects, and the seeking that goes behind events, situations. All three you must recognize in all three areas. Very important. Clear? The plus 100 is not always just plus 100. It could be plus 25 as a thought, and then a minus 25 as a sensation, a plus 50 as a feeling, a minus 50 as the perception of sight or the image of that ice cream in the mind. So it can be anything. It can be thought, feeling, sensation, perception. Any of that pulling up, down, trying to come to the zero. So go deeper into your seeking. It can be a thought, it can be a feeling, could be a sensation or perception of sight, sound, smell, taste, touch. Either at the waking level or in the mind at a mental picture level. Sight, sound, smell, taste, touch can be there. Yeah. It can be any of the 8 arisings. You have to recognize the pull and push between these 8. This is the investigation part. This is what you need to investigate. Yeah. Go deeper into it. So basically it is the I that takes on the flavor of I want the ice cream, no? So that is the seeking. Do you recognize that? Just because I want ice cream is sweet, that's why it'll be a sweet flavor. It's not like that. We are not talking about sweet and spicy flavors here. Yeah, seeking has its own flavor in it. And you have to recognize those flavors of seeking. When the I has jumped into something, some craving or some aversion, now it is coated in a different flavor. Recognize that flavor. in that seeking. I don't know what that seeking is, no, that which will arise next for you. So when that arises, you just recognize that flavor of the seeking. Oh, okay. Just recognizing it. That's it. Simply knowing it. At the retreat, you just recognize, oh, the I here has a separate flavor. The I there has a separate flavor. Or the I in front of Ekta has a separate flavor. You're just recognizing the top layer in the retreat. Now we have time to go deeper and deeper, no? So back at home, we start seeing the flavor. Beyond the flavor, there is a seeking. And that seeking has its own flavor. And that seeking, now I don't even need other people around. When I'm doing my work, I recognize there's this kind of seeking when there is just the arising of a growl from the stomach. There is another seeking. And there's another memory arising of some childhood friend, another seeking. Yeah, now I start seeing the flavors of these seeking. Just seeing, just knowing. Just knowing my own self takes me there. Yeah? If I'm satisfied with one glimpse, I'm never going to get there. Moment to moment to moment to moment, recognizing the flavors of seeking. Only that will take me there.